Hello, and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we talk to you about one cool thing that we've been testing out here in PC Labs. I'm Tom Brandt, this is Will Greenwald, and today for you we have a extraordinarily expensive gaming headset from, of all companies, Beyerdynamic.
This is the Beyerdynamic MMX 300 gaming headset. It is by far the most expensive gaming headset we've seen, and it's a wired one too. This is $350, which means it's $50 more than the Astro Gaming A50, which is a wired headset with all the trimmings and has kind of been a standard high-end gaming headset for a while. But this is if you want to step up because you are both a hardcore gamer and an audiophile.
Yeah, and those two categories of people, to be honest, are some of the most opinionated tech buyers out there. So we would love to hear your questions about this or anything else that we might be able to, any other tech products we might be able to talk about. Definitely leave us questions in the comments, and Social Zach will read them out to us, or if you're watching later on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. You'll be notified the next time we have a show.
Yep.
So, okay, so these are expensive. How expensive are these?
$350.
$350.
That's pretty pricey. The A50s are $300, and
Yeah.
in terms of wired headphones, the last most expensive pair we reviewed were the Turtle Beach Elite Pro Tournament headset, which are pretty high-end for themselves, and they're just $150.
So what's the what's the margin here? What are you gaining at the margin for this additional $350?
Well, the Beyerdynamic pedigree goes across a bunch of different headset and headphone tech. The ear cups, the headphone part of this, is based on the DT770 Studio headset headphones, which are $180 on their own right, and actually some of our favorite headphones out there in terms of audiophile quality for that price range.
Right, and those are a set that you'd find in a recording studio,
Yep.
right?
And a lot of the build, the noise isolation, the mic is based on some of their aviation headsets, which themselves can be like $800 minimum.
Yeah.
So there's definitely expensive tech going into this to help justify the price, but the question is any amount of quality worth spending $350 on for a gaming headset?
Sure, and I think though that we can talk about the sound quality, obviously, which we should do. But just looking at this and not having used it myself, I really like this felt ear cups. Those look to me to be very comfortable.
The build quality is excellent. These are very comfortable. Some of the best built, best feeling headset build quality I've seen so far. And the audio is a step above any other gaming headset we've seen because, again, these are based on the DT770 Studio. These will give you an excellent listening experience for anything, not just games. It's pretty flat, it is accurate, there is stereo spacing. You can actually get a sense of the physicality of what you're listening to without any surround sound tricks. And that's a level of detail you just don't get in any other gaming headset we've seen.
Now, what about noise? You said there's some noise isolation or noise reduction built in from the aviation headsets that they also make. What is it? Noise isolation? Is it active noise reduction? What is that?
It is isolation. This is not an active headset. It doesn't actually blot out noise using reverse waves and microphones and different things like that. It's just these are nice, thick, plush earphones, earpads that will cover your ears, and it'll keep a lot of outside noise out without making your ears feel like they're overheating or crush them down. It's just the build quality will keep a lot of noise out, and the mic quality also will be very good.
So, I mean, I think that one of the main issues with over-the-ear headphones, at least for me, is that if you wear them for a long time, your ears will get uncomfortable. I much prefer in-ear headphones or in-ear headsets to this over-ear design. But so, how long did you wear these? How long?
Pretty long. These can stand up to a lengthy listening thing. We have a question though.
Yeah, a little bit unrelated. Somebody wants to know which is better, the Roku Ultra or the Apple TV 5th gen?
The which?
Apple TV 5th generation.
Or the Roku Ultra?
Yes.
From a purely technical standpoint, the Apple TV is better if only because it supports Dolby Vision as well as HDR10, but the Roku Ultra is almost just a bit over half the price, and you get a lot of good features out of it, and the apps ecosystem for Roku is way better than what you can find on the Apple TV App Store. Apple still kind of lags behind with that, and it's just, if you're not already deep in the Apple ecosystem, it's not really all that appealing. It's like you're already a committed Apple user and you don't mind spending the premium. and that's what's going to make the Apple TV really work well.
Yeah.
Question?
Thanks for that question about, yeah, definitely check those full reviews. So now, okay, audio quality. What sort of games, is there any sort of games or audio that this doesn't reproduce the sound faithfully, or is it just uniformly good across the board?
It is uniformly good because it's pretty much a flat response. If you're used to like bombastic gaming headset audio that kind of really scoops out the sound so you get strong highs and strong lows, but not necessarily great middle, that's a very common sculpted profile. This might sound a bit weird for you, but it is simply accurate, and it makes everything sound really good. If you have like a kind of a trained ear to sort of recognize that you're listening to something as it has been mastered, not as it is being like pumped up for your attention.
Now let's talk about some accessories and other things besides the headset itself that you get for that $350. What else is included?
It comes with 2 cables. This one is a longer one with 2 extensions. So if you have a PC with separate ports for microphone and headphone, you can use that. There's a shorter cable with one 4-pole, 3.5 millimeter plug, which you can use for mobile devices or any computer with one port that is combined for headsets, or any game console that has a headphone jack. You can use it with this. Both of them have inline remotes, which is actually pretty uncommon. This is one of the first times I've seen an inline mic used for the 2-cable connector.
Right, and on that remote you have the mute slider switch, and then you also have a
Play,
volume
pause, and
rocker
volume control. Yep.
and volume control. Now that works with Windows.
It is separate to whatever you're listening to. It is a
Oh, I see.
mechanical.
Okay, so that's actually
adjustment. Yep.
mechanical. There's nothing software related, so it doesn't apply to if you're listening to it on your phone or
Yep.
something like that.
There's also a 1/4-inch audio adapter and this zip-up hardcover case, so you can keep the headset nice and together.
I like this case. I will say though, this is extraordinarily large, which it has to be because of the large ear cups.
Yeah.
But this is reminiscent of the older Bose ones from 10 years ago.
Yeah, like this headset doesn't really fold down into anything. It isn't
Yeah.
designed to be remotely portable or to be smaller than how it's going to be when you wear it.
I will say that, so we do have the ear cups are very pleasing felt type material.
Yep.
The headband itself is leather, which looks good and feels good initially, but you do have to take care of that and make sure you wipe it off after every use, because leather is very suppliant, and it will.
But you can remove the headband to wash it and maintain it, so that's good. And we have a question.
Someone wants to know if it's 250 or 80 ohm.
I
OHM.
believe it's actually 32 ohm. It is not a high ohm headset. It's actually pretty capable for anything you plug it into. You don't need an amp for it.
And could you clarify what that is for people who don't know?
Impedance is sort of the resistance a pair of headphones has that you need to put that much power into it to really get kind of any sound into it. So a higher impedance headphone is going to need more power coming from the source. So if you have like a cell phone with a kind of a weak port that doesn't put out a whole lot of power, it's going to sound soft on there. But if you have an amp that you can pump up the power, and headphone amps are actually pretty common among audiophiles.
Yeah.
Then you can sort of use these higher impedance headphones. This is not really designed to use with an amp. This is for gaming equipment, so it is not a very high impedance headset.
Yeah, I mean, even some, like my Bose headset from 10 years ago has a high-low switch on it that adjusts. You set it to high when you're listening to a mobile device, low when you're listening to a powered device. This doesn't have that, but it doesn't really need it.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So now, what are some of the other? You mentioned some of the other alternatives. Our Editor's Choice gaming headset. What is that? This is now it, right?
This is a sort of ultra high-end editor's choice one. It is excellent if you're willing to spend that much. Otherwise, again, the Astro A50 for wireless headsets is excellent, but that's $300. It is wireless though. There's like a charging cradle. It's very handy. You can work with a bunch of different things. On the lower end, the Astro A10 is a very inexpensive and very good sounding wired headset. Not nearly the build quality of here, but it still works very well. And in sort of the mid-range, again, for $150, the Turtle Beach Elite Pro Tournament headset is a really plush, good sounding wired headset that costs half as much as this, but it's still pretty expensive for any wired headset.
Yeah. So, and part of that too comes down to which one you choose. Comes down to whether you really value comfort over sound quality. This arguably has both, but it's $350. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your opinion is on comfort versus sound quality. If I'm gonna be gaming for a while, I definitely want comfort.
Both are on there. I mean, it is
Yeah.
a comfortable and excellent sounding headset. It's just very expensive, so you need to be willing to spend that much.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we have any other questions? We're good. Okay. So this is the Beyerdynamic.
Beyerdynamic? I think?
Beyerdynamic. I don't speak German, so but
Me
it
neither.
is made from the company's other aviation and studio headsets. Excellent gaming headset. Definitely read the full review at pcmag.com. And oh yes, right, we have it up here. You can see, and actually there are other. It explains the other options here for other editor's choice headsets that you might look at instead, as well as the MMX 300, which is their non-headset version.
No, this
or
is
sorry,
the DT770 Studio is the
Yeah.
headphones. It's
So
about
it's just
180
headphones.
and excellent, just no boom mic, and that's the whole reason you get a gaming headset.
Yep. So we will see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for yet another One Cool Thing. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and have a good day.